Hello, everyone. I'm Emily May, and today we are honoring Women's History Month here at Mission Pro Wrestling. We will be sharing a series of interviews and conversations with the women and ladies behind Mission Pro Wrestling. And today I'm so excited to be speaking with the Bionic Beast, Jennacide.
Ah, I'm gonna come through the camera. Hi, Emily. Hi, MPW family.
Hi, how are you? I'm so excited. We are celebrating Women's History Month.
I know it's always a good time to celebrate women. We can pick March, but let's face it, at MPW, we celebrate women all year long. So it's a good time.
That is definitely true. So I want to hear from you. What does Women's History Month mean to you, and how are you going to be celebrating not only this month but all year round?
Yeah, so I think it's important to celebrate females, women, strong women for this month, and just really it's important to pass on the history, depending on whether pioneers and advocating throughout women's history and different important achievements, and really passing down all of this to the next generation. I personally celebrate women all year long, so for me, I'm just going to keep doing my thing as a strong woman and trying to pay it forward for all of the women that will come next and that continue that I surround myself with in my circle. So yeah, but that's how I'm going to do it. Just keep doing me and being a strong, powerful woman.
That is definitely a beautiful way to do it and an awesome way to do it. I mean, speaking of the next generation and, your circle of friends and family and your influences, who has been the biggest female influence on you and who inspires you inside and outside of the industry?
I would say, first and foremost, my mama. I know cheesy, a lot of girls can say that, but my mother is basically an entertainer as well. And she was not a wrestler by any means, but she was a New York City Rockette and Broadway dancer. So when she was a young woman, she, left home to chase her dreams, and, dancing is what she wanted to do. And she made it to the main stage in New York City and followed her heart. So if there's anyone that kind of helps push me, like she's let me know no matter how old I am, I could keep chasing my dream. And if it's wrestling, so be it. She's there to support me along the way. She might not really understand it fully. And she was hoping I'd put on the tap shoes, but instead I put on wrestling boots. But she's definitely the one that pushes me to basically do whatever I want. And she's always been there. So that's like outside the industry for Mama. And then inside the industry growing up, I always looked at Jazz, Beth Phoenix, and China as really it's a triple tie for me, because they were always the big, muscular, strong women of wrestling and really setting the bar for what powerhouses can be in this industry as women. And as a big girl myself, those are the women that I looked up to, and I'm like, I look this way. I think I could do that, and those were the women that helped pave the way. And then I got to spend a lot of time with Jazz the past couple of years behind the scenes, whether MPW or NWA, and she's really helped as an agent with some of my matches, and she's become a good friend. And it's like come full circle. Like I grew up watching her on TV and looking up to her, and she's helping me now behind the scenes. So really big impact on me and influence. So it's nice to have that experience and have it come full circle.
Yeah, that's incredible to have your inspirations, from years ago kind of reconnect later in life and you're able to work with them. I know that we've talked about this before, that the younger generation and the future generation, young kids are very special to you. And as you're looking to celebrate Women's History Month, there's young girls out there that look up to you. And so what does that mean to you? And is there any advice you would give young girls that want to be in your wrestling boots one day?
Yeah, the best thing about Mission Pro is it really post show, all of the little girls, I call them my little muscle army. but it means something so special to have that bond and connection with the children, and nothing makes me happier, having these little girls come up to me after and give me the biggest embraces and hugs, and be a superhero to them, and having them there and watch what women are capable of doing. The best advice I can give them is really that you can do and be whatever you want, whether it's wrestling, a professor, anything in this world, and chase your dreams, and just know that women can achieve and do the same thing as men can. And there's really no gender barrier, and just be who you are in your heart and go for it. So I don't have kids, so my way of passing something down is really to all these kids at the show, and like, if I can inspire just one little girl to chase her dreams, then I did my job. And that's what I want my legacy to be in the industry, as like the big caring badass robot that doesn't care about what people think, and comfortable with being a strong female slash cyborg.
That's such a beautiful sentiment and so important to remember. I mean, speaking of kind of impacts and influence on the industry and just women in general, Mission Pro has changed the industry in so many ways. And so, what has Mission Pro had an effect? How has Mission Pro had an effect on you and the community of women that you've seen in the industry?
I would say that Mission Pro, like the whole family there, we've really proven ourselves the past couple years. And it's now a place where women want to be. It's the main, I would say, independent female run show that it's where people want to come. It's a positive environment. It's a lot of strong women, and it's the place to be now. Now there's a following. It's been built the past couple years through everyone's hard work. It's really a team player thing, with Thunder leading the pack for all of us. And I think based on all of the hard work everyone's done, it's now a main place where women want to be. And I love being a part of that since the beginning. I love having a place on the roster, and I'm honored and privileged, I feel, to be a part of a company that's making history and a change for women. And I tell Thunder and everyone all the time, I'm really just happy to be there and a part of it. And it's something really special. So to be a part of this amazing group of talented women is something very special. And it makes me proud to watch kind of all of the women involved and have it be a place that people want to flock to. And it's also helping the community and community outreach, and the fundraiser we just did during the Christmas and the holidays, and the charity. So it's giving back too, and it's kind of become something more than just wrestling, and has so much meaning. So it's nice to see it keep going, and it's only just going to keep getting bigger.
Definitely. I mean, we've talked a lot about it, that there's this true sisterhood here at Mission Pro Wrestling, that we are all here working together for a common mission and a common good, and it extends past the wrestling industry. We are trying to give back to the community. We are trying to impact people's lives for the better, and that's a really powerful thing to have as as a wrestling organization. And so.
It's the most badass women's sorority you could ever imagine.
Definitely. We are definitely badass.
Yes.
I wanted to hear from you. Has there been a specific moment? You've done so many shows at Mission Pro. Has there been a pivotal moment for you that you knew we were changing the game?
For me, my personal moment is probably, only because it was also kind of a match and a moment for me that I'll forever have a bond with Holidead. It was my first Falls Count Anywhere moment match, and the moment of everyone on their feet for that match. I think it was like 16 to 18 minutes, and everyone at Pinballs were on their feet watching this match. Meanwhile, there was like a torrential tropical storm. It's an outside for people watching at home. It's an outside pavilion at the place we were at. It looked like a hurricane. Like, I brought Florida with me, and fans waited in the rain and the show almost didn't happen because it was flooding, and yet people waited. There was runs and teams running to Home Depot, getting sandbags and trying to dry the floor. So the match almost didn't happen. The show almost didn't happen, but by the grace of God and everything, it dried out enough, and the show went on. And for that people to wait in line in the rain and then have them on their feet the whole time and having that match with her, and we killed it. And there were some important people in the crowd from Busted Open. I didn't even know they were there, and they got to witness that. And I felt like right there we just showed that we were two women that can put on a show like that. And you know, we could do it just like the men. And it didn't, there was no women, it was just you were watching two athletes wrestle and go at it with everything they had in the tank. And really, that was a moment. And really the standing ovation after, and a show of respect with everyone there for it. Like, you hear them and you're with them and they're a part of you throughout the journey. So going through something like that in my personal experience, like, that changed me forever. So and watching them, even things like the cage match with Thunder and Allison Kay, the first cage match there. I mean, this history keeps being made with all of these women. So that's just proving that it's not only my moment, it's all these matches, and really that are just, every time we do a show, there are so many moments. So to pick one is tough. So I'll just speak for mine.
No, definitely. I remember that moment. It was so real, and just, we had the weather happening. We had the energy of that place. Like, even though we were outside, it was thunderous. No pun intended there, but it definitely, it definitely was a major moment in your kind of career here at Mission Pro Wrestling. I'm so excited that we were able to chat a little bit today in honor of Women's History Month. And we can't wait to see Jennacide back at Mission Pro.
Definitely. I can't wait to be back with my fam, the MPW fam, and celebrate women all year long there.
All year round, definitely. Thank you all. Thank you all so much for watching our Women's History Month series for Mission Pro. Follow Mission Pro on all of their social media platforms, and subscribe to us here on YouTube. And for more information on upcoming shows, go to missionprowrestling.net. And you can also stream our shows on Title Match Network. Thank you so much. I'm Emily May here for Mission Pro Wrestling, and can't wait to share with you more interviews for Women's History Month. Thanks, Jennacide.